Alright guys, back again. I want to talk about a quick subject. I know 2 videos in a week. Holy crap. It's insane. I have more time these days. So anyway, I want to do just a quick video, something maybe 10-15 minutes long. And I'm on Tetsuya's good old page because a lot of happenings have been happening in ONE, Glory, Rise. I haven't been talking that much about Glory and Rise because time, and also because I mostly focus on ONE, not because I don't think these other promotions aren't worth it, but they kind of just make it easier for me. Like, everyone loves ONE Championship. It's the striking promotion. Not hating. There's other ones, and I do want to cover them as I get more time. But right now, we're going to focus on ONE and K. And I do cover K1 a little bit, but I do, in my shorts, I do a lot of K1 stuff there, so go watch them. But anyway, what I want to talk about today was specifically Tawanchai and what exactly is going on with him. And you might be saying, oh, look, it's Hiromi Wajima, the former K1 champion. Didn't he just beat Stoyan Kopervlensky? Yeah, I think his last win. Like, he won the K1 world title as a welterweight. He was a K1 champion. I forget which year he won it. He was a runner-up to. Beat Stoyan, fought Daryl Verdonk. He lost to Daryl and he lost to Ouyang Feng. But one of the best guys at a K1. And I think he could really, really have a good debut in K1. But they've already have him matched up because he's going to be fighting against Tawanchai at 1173. So this card's going to be like hyper stacked. But it's one of those things where it's like, what exactly is going on here? Why is Tawanchai doing kickboxing again? Because think about it. How many kickboxing matches has he had in ONE? He has had 3. His first one was against David. Was it against David Kiria? Let me double check. I think it was against David Kiria. He won that one. Yeah, that was like an old David. Broke his arm. Incredible win. Like, that was like, I think, the height of Tawanchai, in my opinion. And then he fought Joe Nattawut in a short notice fight. Super close fight. Could have gone the other way. And then Noiri. And so he's won. So again, like, his best win in kickboxing is an old David Kiria. Yeah, former Glory champion, but that was a long time ago, man. That was like 10 years ago, I think. Yeah, a while ago. I was still in high school when he was champion, I think. I'm not that young. But, but like, yeah. So, yeah. Old David, I think, isn't really that impressive anymore, but that's aside the point. A lot of people are kind of, and this is me, follow your boy Swag-Ass Alvarez. Excuse me. But, like, a lot of people are wondering, dude, when's the last time Tawanchai has defended the Muay Thai title? And let's go look at that. So I do with Tawanchai. So the last time he defended his Muay Thai title was back in January of this year, meaning that he will not have defended his title for a year. And if you're an MMA guy, you're like, that's not too uncommon, right? Yeah, but that's a precedent you don't want to set in kickboxing and Muay Thai. Literally, one of the best things about these combat sports is that fights happen often. They happen often. How many times has Pechpamrung in Glory defended that title? So many times, and because of that, it's impressive. It's impressive. You don't want to hold it off on guys because, again, in Thailand, yeah, I'm sure Tawanchai gets paid a lot, but you want activity because, one, you can justify paying them a little less, and also, you want to see the best fight the best and fight often. That's a good thing about Muay Thai and kickboxing. They really do. That's why I was critical of Rodtang originally, because he wasn't fighting the best in my opinion, even though he is one of the best. So, he hasn't defended his title in a year, and again, like, good resume, excellent resume overall. I mean, pretty solid overall. Like, some people have criticism for it, and I was going to break that down a little bit because someone in the kickboxing GC chat that I'm in was talking about it. I'm like, that is kind of a good point. Let's go back. So, Hiromi, he's fighting Tawanchai. And I was calling, they need an interim. They need to make an interim title. And I think if we look at the rankings, let's see here, it should be between any of these guys. The only one who shouldn't really get an interim title shot is Joe or Superbon. Because Joe, I don't really think he should be in the rankings. But the only reason why he isn't in the ranking is because he beat Luke Lessei, I think. And that's like the only other big name they have at featherweight that isn't like Muhammad Sirani, who I don't think is ever going to get ranked because ONE doesn't want to promote him. But that's beside the point. Like, the only people outside of these rankings are Mosir Sirani and Luke Lessei, who Luke might, that'd be nepotism, even though I love Luke and I do want him to win. But Luke is already set up to fight Nico. So in my opinion, Shadow, even though he just lost to Lu Mengyang, should be fighting any one of these guys. Any one of these guys. Book Shadow versus Bamapara in the rematch for all I care. Again, that fight should have been for the interim title. It really should have been. And Bamapara should be the interim champion now. Shadow should be the interim champion right now. But now, Shadow is going to basically have to rebound off. Even though he lost in kickboxing, he's going to have to rebound and probably win another 1 or 2 fights in Muay Thai. If he ever even gets the chance to fight Tawanchai. Because again, like, the division's a bit stagnant. Like, make an interim title so that way. And again, I don't even care if they defend interim titles because I'm sure these guys would be happy to defend it. Jean DeBella was willing to defend the interim title if there's nothing going on and there wasn't able to do it. Just pay them more. Like, justify, be like, or again, like, the interim title one should do something like that and respect their interim champions more. And I do think they should make interim titles silver, because then they'll look cooler. But they already did the silver belt with the Grand Prix titles, but they don't really do Grand Prix anymore. But that's a side point. I'm rambling a bit on that. So when it comes to that, a lot of people are kind of getting annoyed where it's like, yeah, people are like, why are you giving Wajima a really good fighter? Who I think Wajima is a good, but like it's one of those things where it's like give him an easy fight, but I kind of like that one kind of throws people to the wolves a little bit. Yeah, it makes sense. The injury was just, oh yeah, and this is based off of how Tawanchai pulled out of the fight against Lu Mingyang, which coincidence, yeah. It is a little sus. So never defend his Muay Thai title again. Poor Shadow. Yeah, basically what I've been saying. So. And again, that 1-1-7-3 card is remarkably stacked, but it's raising a lot of suspicions about the legitimacy of the title, which I still think it's very legitimate. It's just there's some fuckery going on. And let me go here. So, and this is from the GC. I blurred out my boys' names. And here, so this is Tetsuya's post, I believe, and it says he won't be defending his title until next year, I think. And people calling him a duck. And it's let's see his title defenses, and this is actually kind of very legit in my opinion. The first when he won the title, I think who did he beat? He beat Pat. Was it Pat Dam? No. It was Pechmorakot. Let me check again. He beat Pechmor. Yep, it was Pechmorakot when he won that title. Yep. Makes sense. I want to make sure I got my facts straight there. So he beat Pechmorakot. Good win, close fight, and that was Pechmorakot's last fight and one. For those who know the lore and how like. They kind of don't like Pet Yendi Academy, and one kind of broke apart. Long story. I'll probably do a little short on it one day. But anyway, so he fights 40-year-old Jamal Yusupov, who's a good fighter, but he's old, and he took out his old man knee or hamstring. Impressive win, I do think. Superbon, MMA gloves debut. Yeah, Superbon is a Muay Thai guy by heart, but he's more of a kickboxer. His style more benefits kickboxing, and he'd never fought in the Muay Thai in one championship, so that really was his debut, and he still did good. It was a 3-2 for Tawanchai, even though the fight wasn't that exciting in my opinion, one of the worst fights I've seen. And then Joe Nattawut, again, which was the Joe Nattawut's fight against Tawanchai. I thought Joe won, and I'm a Joe Nattawut fanboy, I'll admit, so I'm like pissed because I'm like, dude, Joe's never going to see the title again. Like, he's never going to get that shot again. Because, like, although Joe is marketable, in my opinion, he's old, and he's just not as marketable as Tawanchai himself. Because Tawanchai is a big star, and he's young, and he's a good-looking guy. So it's like, And I do think it was 3-2. Close fight, but I'm just biased in that perspective. But that was a legit title defense, and man, was it a good fight. And then Superbon again in Muay Thai. This time, he smoked Superbon. And again, that was a great win, impressive win, but it's still like... Superbon is good at Muay Thai, and Superbon did beat Joe more impressively because Superbon caught him with the up elbow, but still, it's like Joe Nattawut is a level below those guys in Muay Thai, and Superbon is a really good reader. Again, the thing about those kickboxing guys is they're able to read things better than Muay Thai guys. So, like, when people go, oh, he's a kickboxer going to Muay Thai, if they're a Thai, like the guys out of the Superbon Academy or anything like that, who started off in Muay Thai, went to kickboxing, if they come back, 9 times out of 10, they're able to implement things really well. Unless they're poor Sidachai, who was not. But he got fed to the wolves against Nico. I think they want him gone anyway. But hey, he's in a knockout, I think. So I hope, it's a shame they don't let me watch their fights, but I'd watch them if I could. But anyway, so yeah, it's like, his title defenses aren't as impressive as anyone sees it, or as they're bumped up. And it says he has to defend against Shadow, Bamapara, Nico, or Luke. And the easiest fight for him is probably Luke, but... Luke is a big boy, and I trust my boy, and he's kind of got some toe kicks himself too. I'm not saying that to disrespect Luke. Luke's great. Luke will be a champion. We will win the title. I say that's the MMA meme where they write "we" at everything. We're not doing that here. I'm fucking banning you if I see that shit. But anyway, so like no, I do agree with this person's overall thoughts on it, and I think that freaking Superbon Tawanchai really needs to fight a proper Muay Thai fighter, or if they're gonna let him hold up that division, make an interim title for 174. And that goes on to another thing. 1173 is expected to be a 9-hour event, and I think someone even points out that it's still seems excessive for 16 fights. More to come. It's it might be 17 to 20 fights. More K1 signings. Again, it's on the same day as a UFC event. And it's haha, bro, tell me about it. I think 173 should start around main event time. And UFC 3-2, so it wouldn't be much of a clash. I've got tickets on... Okay, it's just people talking. But I swear someone was saying in Aniki MMA Talked about how it hasn't sold out yet. I hope it does. Please let this thing success. Say no to PPV. This one does need PPV. But like, damn it. Where's the comment? I wanted to comment. Oh, yeah, this is the one that was upset. So this is the thing that really, really bothers me, is that all this trying to copy Ryzen. And I do agree, this is them trying to kind of copy Ryzen, doing an obscenely long card. That's like, good God. But here's the thing, though. Here's the absolute thing. Although Ryzen is popular because it keeps alive the spirit of Pride, and it's the third iteration of Pride. Because we had Pride, then we had Dream, now we have Ryzen, and they're all good promotions, is that they're good, like, middle points of MMA where like the top champions are legitimate good fighters. They could be a champion, Kai Sakura's, Souza, Clever Koik, like a couple of those Central European guys. It's more of a freak show, and most of the fighters aren't good. Like, just straight up. For MMA standards, if they fought anywhere, most of that card fought anywhere else, they would lose. They would lose in the PFL. They would lose in ONE, because ONE has actually good MMA fighters. And what I'm trying to get at is, I agree overall with the sentiment. This is, I think, too much. They could literally, like, all of this card is too stacked. It's such a good card. It's going to be a legendary card. But if they go too hard on it, I don't know. Like, think about all the money you're spending on this card. Look at all the people you're paying. Look at all these guys. You're paying Noiri and Yan, Nadaka and Yan. Pacquiao probably isn't that expensive. Neither is Yuya. But like, you're going out all the stops for this, and I really almost 20 fights with 7 title fights, and I really hope they like get the pacing of this thing right, because ONE is really good at pacing. I'm never like, oh, this is dragging on forever, like a boxing card or some Rising cards or the PFL at its worst. But like, this could be a bad thing, and I just want to get my thoughts on that, because again, this is good. I like that ONE is doing like super cards in Japan, but it should do 1 to 2 a year, and they should have some, like, again, like, you could literally put this on an Amazon Prime card, like a third of this, and I'd be like, whoa, that's a sick-ass card. Now, I'm easy to impress, and I think that, easier to impress, to respect myself a little more, and I think that if they took like a third of this and just put it on Amazon Prime, that would do good. They need to, like, I know, like, they've kind of given up a little bit on the American audience, but no, they're still there. Still trying to get some fans here. Don't be like Japan, and don't be like, no, we're not even going to try to appeal to these people at all. We're stuck to East Asia. No, you're not. You're absolutely not. You can still be global. You can still do good things. I really hate when promotions try to appeal to these other areas and they give up. The UFC, right? The UFC is kind of big in Japan. It's big in Asia. Because every time they go in China, they sell out. But guess what? They do like when's the last time they've been to freaking Japan? There's still Japanese MMA fighters out there and fans out there who are like, I want to see this guy in the UFC. Do that. You want to make sure there's at least 1,000 of people, not quite like me, but they're like, oh yeah, that guy that I know who's a Muay Thai guy down the block. Yeah, they have some pros. I think he could make it to ONE. I think he could make it to K1. I think he could make it to Ryzen. You want that. Because you want it. You want the sport to grow, that you can make your own stars outside of the countries that they're from. That's what you want. And you want the fans to feel that that's the case, and they can have an investment. So I really do think ONE should like cut that. This should be a one-time thing. Haha. Because like K1 also has all these crazy signings and this and this and this. Like, again, they just signed Yodkhunpon. But other than that, though, that's all I want to talk about 173. Mostly just like they have these crazy new signings. All this stuff is coming up. And also a little bit looking at the rankings. So the rankings is that, yeah, Tawanchai should be fighting one of these guys. I don't know why Superbon is rank 1. Because Superbon is like, let's see how many So kickboxing, Muay Thai loss. His one Muay Thai win is against Joe Nattawut, who again was never really at the top of the division in terms of like a top 3 guy, but he's somehow ranked 1 because of that. That's dumb. Just want to point that out. Superbon being number 1 is stupid. He shouldn't be ranked at all. Literally, Luke should be above him, and you might be thinking, well, Superbon beats Luke. Well, they haven't fought yet. Why should he be ranked there? Is this theory or is this an objective ranking system? But that's beside the point. Other than that, though, thank you guys so much. Please like, comment, subscribe. If you guys think I'm low IQ, that I'm wrong about this, let me know. Tell me I'm low IQ, and I'll tell you my IQ is actually not that low. But other than that, though, thank you guys so much. Appreciate you guys. 1173 is going to be gas. The next cards I think are decent. I'll probably give my opinion on the next 1 cards. Other than that, though, thank you guys so much, and God bless.